Hey, what's going on? It's the Odd Man, Audley Stevenson, and season's greetings. It's so hard to believe that we're almost at the halfway mark of the National Basketball League of Canada regular season, and there have been so many great moments. So what we decided to do was put together a little feature that we call the 12 Days of the NBLC. Check it out. After starting the regular season with an 0-5 start, the Brampton A's broke out of their slump in convincing fashion by defeating the visiting St. John Millrats. It happened in front of a packed crowd at the Powerade Center during an anti-bullying game, and the A's definitely weren't pushed around, as they scored 70 points in the first half and led by as many as 36 in the game. The London Lightning have historically done a phenomenal job of packing the house, and on November 15th they outdid themselves and beat their own attendance record by stuffing 8,473 fans into the Budweiser Gardens to watch them defeat the Island Storm 111-96. What made the mark even more significant was it took place during their annual Purple Game, in which players wore special purple jerseys that were later auctioned off in support of the London Abused Women's Shelter as part of their Shine the Light campaign. Earlier in the season, NBL Canada announced that it had partnered with Bell Media and local school boards on the pledge to end bullying.
I believe that everybody has the right to live in a community
where they feel safe, included, valued, and accepted regardless of their differences.
I pledge to be respectful of others
and stand up against bullying whenever and wherever I see it.
Anti-bullying, baby.
School day games were a huge success that saw record crowds this season in Halifax, St. John, Mississauga, and Brampton. With the help of generous sponsors, tickets were purchased and given away for free to students in a variety of school boards. The kiddies had a great time. And how about this for a cool fact? 3 out of the 4 teams that hosted a school day game went on to win the contest. The Windsor Express announced that they would be hosting the Clash of the Coliseum Part 2, and this time the Express would be facing the Halifax Rainmen inside Caesars Casino. Last year's clash was exciting, and the second time around promises to be just as thrilling. Speaking of Windsor, check this out. On December 13th against the Brampton A's, Quinnell Brown and DeAndre Thomas scored 30 and 33 points respectively, marking the first time in franchise history that 2 players scored at least 30 points in a contest. The hot shooting of Omar Strong on the Mississauga Power from three-point land has been thrilling to watch in the first half of the season. Strong sits number 1 in three-pointers made.
The rebound.
I would pull up here for 3.
And he does just that. Splash!
Omar shattered Morgan Lewis's single-game record with 9 three-pointers on December 13th against the London Lightning, and continues to lead the team in scoring at 23.6 points per game. The Island Storm proved that you can always come back home. They'd already shocked the world at the beginning of the season with the return of Brandon Robinson, but while the team was going through a bit of a slump, they brought back 2 former Storm players who are huge contributors as the team made its rise to the top of the Atlantic Division. Lewis Birdsong Jr. has turned into the team's second leading scorer, and Avery Smith has been a solid addition in the backcourt and has made some pretty big plays. Last year's league MVP Anthony Anderson picks up right where he left off and leads the league in scoring once again. He also owns a record for the highest scoring output this season with 39 points. The longest losing streak of the year belongs to the Moncton Miracles, who finally put an end to it when they defeated the Brampton A's on December 6, 125-111. That seemingly turned their season around, as they went on to win 3 of the next 4 games and slowly scrape themselves out of the Atlantic Division basement. The Akil Carr experiment may have been short-lived, but it certainly got a lot of attention on and off the court, as basketball fans from far and wide were intrigued by the Crime Stopper's skill sets and potential. Things may not have worked out for the little guy, but he sure was fun to watch, and we here at NBL Canada wish him all the best. And And finally, the most memorable moment of this first half of the season comes to us courtesy of Marvin Phillips of the London Lightning. You see, he had a slight problem with his shorts, and, well, check it out for yourself.
A problem with Phillips' shorts, apparently. Now, I've never seen that in my life.
The crowd.
So, Little putting on the... Little and Phillips just trading shorts in the middle of a game. And he makes it. If that doesn't lighten the mood in overtime, I don't know what does.
For the record, the Lightning went on to be victorious despite the uniform malfunction. And those are your 12 days of the NBLC. We hope you're as excited as we are and pumped for the second half to begin. On that note, I'm the odd man, Oddly Stevenson, and I'm out. Later.